the better boxer. I think he's the better specimen of the two overall. But I think he's too defensively immature. He gets hit a lot. He shows that he gets hurt. And he doesn't necessarily have to be from a guy from his weight class. He shows that when he does get hit, he gets hurt from even smaller.
Terence, Bud Crawford. If you're better than a person, you're supposed to be better than them. I think he was the better fighter on that particular night. But if you want my honest opinion, I feel like something was wrong with Errol going into that fight.
Well, I haven't heard anything yet, and like I said before, it's in the contract, so it's not if I'm open to it or not. It's what's in the contract, and Errol gave me an opportunity and a shot at becoming the first male boxer, undisputed, in any division in the 4-belt era, and I honor, that, and if he was to come to me or activate his rematch, then
You heard from that clip right there. Bud Crawford is still unsure if a rematch is going to happen. He hasn't heard anything yet, but he says if Errol Spence wants the rematch, he'll give it to him. Now, it's no secret Gary Russell and Terence Crawford are not friends, and before the fight even happened, Gary Russell gave us his opinion on the fight. He thought Terence Crawford gets hit too much, he gets hurt by smaller fighters, and he's defensively irresponsible. And he thought Spence is a more fundamental sound fighter, stronger fighter, and he would break Terence Crawford within 9 rounds. After the fight, you saw Gary Russell's energy change. He was acting like Errol Spence died. He was very hesitant to give Terence Crawford any credit. I will say one thing about the PBC fighters or the PBC organization as a whole. They do stick together. After the fight is over, Gary Russell is now saying Spence is contemplating retiring. You know why Gary Russell says that? Because he don't see any way that Errol Spence can beat Terence Crawford. And since he doesn't like Terence Crawford, he will always have in his head that there has to be something wrong with Errol Spence because he cannot beat Terence Crawford. Not that he was wrong, and he let his personal feelings get in the way. He will say something's wrong with Errol Spence. And I told you before that I watched this fight 3 or 4 times. Errol Spence was doing what he usually does. It was just a different animal in the ring. He wasn't used to getting counterpunched, not facing southpaws like Bob Arum said. He was not used to facing southpaws. Usually he gets in the ring and the guy's standing in front of him, and usually they concede, they give in. And usually a high volume puncher like Errol Spence, once he starts getting hit back with clean shots, his volume of punches go down. And that's what happens. And that's what's going to happen with David Benavidez fights Canelo Alvarez. Now, I know it's more comfortable for both guys to go to 154, especially Errol Spence. But the 4 belts are at 147. But if he really wants to get revenge on Terence Crawford, get it in blood as they called it, he would fight Terence Crawford one more time at 147 and try to get the belts back and become undisputed at 147. And he has a lot of motivation now. It's going to be very interesting to see if Errol Spence activates that rematch clause, or will he follow the Mayweather plan and fight at 160 to 168 and try to get that Canelo fight down the line. And I do understand if he activates that rematch clause, it will be at 154. But if he wants to get the real blood, it will be at 147 because Terence has nothing to lose at 154. Terence Crawford went to 147 and took all your belts. And for the record, I don't even think he beats Terence Crawford at 154. So you might as well try to go for gold at 147. And from what I'm hearing, Spence will be drained at 154 too. Anyway, leave your thoughts and comments below. Jay Beasy, I'm gone.